Yeah. Oh yeah.
We had.
Really?
I was gonna say apparently there's some kind of football game going on tonight, huh?
Thaddeus and Elise, they owe me and Malia dinner now, so get ready.
W right there.
So it sounds like it's a pretty solid
Raw. We appreciate all you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, and it was a great Raw. Like it was, I kind of took a break from wrestling for a little bit, but I started getting into it again this like Thanksgiving, and
even beat him. Sorry to say, but he's a legend. But to be the best, you must beat the best, And I feel like I can beat him. So Chavo, I'm calling you out. I said, come on.
There it is. Chavo Guerrero, right there. You heard it. Emilio Guzman calling you out, and I'm not gonna lie, love Chavo to death, but Team Emilio right here. That's where I have to go. You're okay. I don't know if he's watching live, but it spoke with Scar a little earlier today, and I know he's going to be watching the podcast a little later on. He's doing a little training right now, but there you heard it, Scar. He said he's going to break out of it, like live on the podcast. He said he can break out of your podcast, or break out of your bear hug. So when you see it,
clip it.
When you see this, now you know what he looks like.
I'm curious because I'm like, how are they gonna make someone? Because all the promos they've done to build him up, I'm like, the way that Sammy's been taking shots for Roman Reigns, the only real shot he's given back is a shot with the chair, and then he just got mollywopped. He's never been the guy who just comes out and messes people up.
What do you get?
And can overpower Roman Reigns. What
do you get?
Wally mopped, obviously.
Wheelhouse. So all I can say is Los Crudos better bring everything they've got because this is going to be a fight.
I'll say I'm pretty sure I've only heard of like one Texas death match, and didn't David Arquette like almost die?
Did you just talk about David Arquette? Lord. Did you bring David Arquette into a wrestling podcast?
I said, didn't he almost die? Like,
so you don't have to. Please just let me finish the conversation. I don't want to do this. I don't. Look at this! This belongs to me! Not you! None of this! Jim, this belongs to me! Me! I earned this! Not you!
Having the Macho Man Chris Wolf out there was very good for me. There was something that I really wish Little Guapo could have been there for, because it's a throwback, in my opinion, to the Attitude Era days. Because said trash can that was being used to beat upon Logan Knight got placed on Logan Knight. And they were taking turns just beating him up in the trash can, and it was great.
That's like definitely
has to be this man chilling in the ring with two torn freaking quads. And just still yelling at it, you're fired, pretty much. Like, just getting there, like, dogging on everybody, not even able to stand. Like, that's right
not
there.
Raw.
Well,
that was Royal Rumble. Still, though, that moment when he slides in, goes to stand up, and just sits down against the rope. The news we received yesterday of the passing of Terry Funk is one that hits all of us, especially us here in West Texas, really, really hard. Terry Funk was a legend in every sense of the word. He is the reason West Texas wrestling is what it is. A hardcore legend, a legend outside the ring. There's what you think.
So The Rock is on Buddy's list. The Rock is on my list. The Rock is on your list. The Rock is on our chat's list. The real question that we need to ask the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to night number 4 of our 5-day run-up to Squared Circle Pro. Peace is for quitters. What a week it has been so far, and it's only getting better. We've got a great show for you tonight. Before we do, got to take care of something I missed yesterday. Want to say a special thank you to Ross and the boys from Labor 12. These guys rock it out in just about everything they do, and they were nice enough to put together our theme music for us, our intro and outro music. The track's called Head Rush. The album it's off of is called Monsters. You can find it anywhere you stream your music, and I suggest you do because everything on that album is an absolute banger. You can also find them on the socials. Let them know how much you like the music, but a big thank you to them. I want to say what's up to everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening. Rick, Josh, both of them in the chat. Glad to see you. Man, I'm so excited for this show, for Pieces for Quitters. That, of course, November 18th, this Saturday night, 2 days from now, Jake's Backroom, Lubbock, Texas, and what a show it's going to be. Of course, we had Chris Watson on the show last night telling us all about his match with Gino Rivera. It's a title match, and you know title matches are always great. It's your Heck Yeah Radio iPay-per-view title match. No DQs, no countouts, no time limits. Pinfalls count anywhere. It's just going to be absolutely insane. And after listening to Chris Watson talk about how ready he is for this, it's one of the matches I'm definitely waiting for. It's going to be great. We've also got Jason Zane and the Manimal with an open challenge. TJ Mundell giving Jason Zane exactly what he wants. And it was a pretty tense situation at Birthiversary. They had Misty Marks in the ring, had her cornered, and Jason Zane said straight up, if you don't give me my match, Manimal will destroy her. And so TJ Mundell giving them their open challenge. I'm interested to see who is going to step up for that. I've said it before, Jason Zane, just a technician in the ring. He's really, really good at what he does. And when you have somebody like the Manimal backing you, it's easy to show the confidence that he does. I'm going through the list of wrestlers in my head, and I can't think of anybody that is going to be like, Jason Zane and the Manimal, I'm there. I got this. It's going to be crazy to see who accepts that open challenge. We've got Skylar Slice and the Rising Phoenix of Texas, Nova Phoenix. It's a match that I'm waiting for simply because these two ladies know each other so well. Their wrestling styles so similar that I can't tell you who's going to win this match. I don't know. It's like one knows the other's move as they're happening. So this could go either way. And, you know, it's kind of a big match because it's a contendership match for the Squared Circle Pro West Texas Women's Championship. So whoever wins this match going to make their way to the top of that list. So I'm really excited to see these two go at it. Talking about the Women's Championship, Misty Marks is going to be going against an opponent to be determined at the beginning of the show. So she's got like no time to prepare for who her opponent is because it's going to be decided day of at the venue who she's going to be going against. And the winner of that match will be your Squared Circle Pro West Texas Women's Champion. I have seen Misty Marks in the ring. I've seen her go against all sorts of different opponents. I have no doubt in my mind that she is going to be prepared as she can be. It's going to be a great match. You're not going to want to miss it. Got a follow just now from the man himself, Sam Stackhouse. Appreciate you, Sam. Glad to have you around here. Looking over at the chat, we were talking about the talking about Manimal saying that he's more like a beast of a beast. That's not far off the truth. We've got a match that has taken an entirely different turn in my eyes, and that's TJ Slater and Nate Collins going up against Justin Taylor and a mystery partner. Justin, of course, able to pick his own partner for this. This match coming about because Nate Collins, Justin Taylor had a match, a banger of a match at that. I mean, it was back and forth. It was a great match. But later in the night, TJ Slater comes out, attacks Justin Taylor. Nate Collins coming out and helping him do that. This left questions. Why in the world would he do that? Nate Collins putting out a promo yesterday saying that, Justin's always the good guy. Justin's always the champ. Justin's always the crowd favorite. Well, it's time to knock him off that pedestal. So things have gotten really personal in this match. So I'm looking to see who Justin's going to pick to stand beside him. And there's any number of people that would love to do it. Ryan, Jeb, LC Mox. I mean, any of these people would be happy to stand up next to Justin because Justin Taylor is exactly what he bills himself as. He is the living proof. So we will find out on Saturday who his partner is to go up against Superset TJ Slater, a guy who's got the strength, he's got the moves, he's got the look, and Nate Collins, a guy that he's quick. He's all around the ring, just a real technician. So it's going to be interesting to see who Justin pairs himself with to go up against them. Speaking of matches that are a bit more personal, over the last few months, we've been watching the family feud go down between Los Carnales. Of course, you've got Tio, you've got Cesar Torres, you've got Emilio Guzman, and it's just been back and forth. There's been animosity within the family, but just when it looks like they're going to settle everything out, Emilio Guzman turning on the family, beating both of them down, and asking for the match that is going to happen Saturday against Cesar Torres, a loser must retire match. I can't even wrap my head around that. Don't get me wrong. Because of what he did, I want to see Cesar Torres just whoop the hell out of Emilio Guzman. But Emilio Guzman has opened up this darker side of himself, this more intense side. And in a promo he put out, he's told Cesar Torres straight up, I'm coming for your career. I'm coming for the thing that means the most to you. And I'm going to end your career. Cesar Torres, of course, prepared for this. Cesar Torres knows Emilio Guzman probably better than anybody else. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I don't want to see either one of them retire. Both of them great wrestlers. It's going to be crazy to see how this one goes. And just the animosity, the family aspect of this. It's going to be a crazy match. And I call it a match. It's not even going to be that. It's going to be a fight. These two are going to go at each other until one of them has to retire. It's going to be insane. Looking over at the chat, see Mikey joining in. Mikey, what's up, man? Glad you could join us tonight. It's going to be a great show. Glad you're here. Stormy Renee, been catching a little hell because I keep saying whose kid sister is that. I am excited after going through and watching some video of her, watching some of her matches, watching the way she works in the ring. I'm excited to see who she goes up against in her debut at Squared Circle Pro because this girl is good. She's quick. She's got the moves. It's going to be great. So I'm not sure who she's going to go up against, but I cannot wait to see her debut. Of course, with that, we get a Victoria Mosh return, the metalhead goddess herself. Anytime she's in the ring, it's a good time. She's, for lack of better term, she's crazy. She gets in the ring and mosh is the right name because it turns into a mosh pit in the middle of the ring. So glad to see Victoria Mosh returning. We have Veronica Vega of La Migra. So those of you who don't know, Veronica Vega comes out with La Migra. There's been some talk that she's, and I use this term because it's been said, not because I feel that way myself, but it's been put out there that maybe she's just kind of the arm candy of La Migra, and she takes offense to that. She's ready to show that she's not about that life, and so she is doing an arm wrestling open challenge. Now, my question in this is the open challenge. Is it, Seraph says eye candy is more like it. I see you, Seraph. I see where you're going there. But my question about this open challenge, is it an open challenge to everybody in the back? Is it an open challenge to everybody in the crowd? Who exactly is she challenging? And better yet, who is going to accept that challenge? It's going to be interesting to see, and I'm about it. I'm ready to see it. I want to see what happens there. Of course, if you were at Birthiversary, if you watched Birthiversary on heckyeahradio.com, you got to see that we had a fatal four-way tag team match that Code being Logan Knight and Rob Boris, ended up winning. And what they got for winning that was a first-round bye in an upcoming tag tournament. All of next year, we're going to have a 16-team tag tournament that's going to result in crowning our new West Texas Tag Team Champions. Of course, Code getting a first-round bye. Well, we're doing it again. We have another fatal four-way tag team match. Island Rage, of course, that's Baby Samoa and Brian Rage Rivera, against Los Crudos, which is Avon Axel and the Sauce. Downfall Cathedral, our guests from Monday, who have made it clear that they're not just here to win this match, they're here to win the whole damn tournament. That being Ryan Ribbon and Ramrock. And then La Migra, you've got Diablo Blanco and Charlie 50. Of course, when you have them, you've got Gringo Loco and Veronica Vega out there as well. The thing that gets me about this match, and the thing I may be most excited about, is the fact that there's so much history between Brian Rage Rivera, Baby Samoa, and La Migra. So I am waiting to see how that's going to turn out. It's going to be insanity. There's a lot of big guys in this ring. And so I'm interested to see who wins this. The winner joining Code and having that first round bye in the tournament. And how important is that? It's one last match you have to do, one less time you've got to get in the ring, get the wear and tear. So interested to see who wins that. I'm not going to lie. You know, if I have to put my money on somebody, it's my boys in Downfall Cathedral. That's who I want to see take this. And then, of course, we have the Gauntlet Armageddon. 30-man battle royal, weapons involved. It's going to be insanity in a ring. And, you know, Lucas Scratch, he is a devil of a manager. And those of you who know Lucas Scratch get the joke in that. Lucas Scratch is put together his Gallery of the Damned. He's got Alistair, he's got Poison, both of them debuting in Squared Circle Pro. He's got the Red X, JKM. He's got Thomas Silva. I got to give it to the guy. I mean, if you're going to have a match like this, where the winner of the Gauntlet Armageddon is your Squared Circle Pro champion, what better way to make sure you're involved with that than to have multiple people involved in the match? And that's exactly what he's doing with his Gallery of the Damned. But they're going to have their hands full because you've got guys like LC Mox. LC Mox is just a straight-up athlete. If you saw the triple threat match with him, Ryan Justice, and Fuego del Sol, just an absolute athlete. And looking over the chat, Mikey's correct. He is collecting. Lucas Scratch collecting all sorts of people to pull into the Gallery of the Damned. But we've got LC Mox in there. You've got the certified go-getter Draven Reeves, friend of the show. Of course, your last Maverick of West Texas, Ryan Justice, and it's still just, it's hard for me not to say your Squared Circle Pro champion, Ryan Justice. We had Ryan on the show Tuesday, excuse me. We had him on the show Tuesday, and he has put it out there to everybody in this match that if you're going to step in the ring, you better up your game because that's what's expected of you. We've got another friend of the show, Wildcard Jeb Bingham, going to be in the match. Noby Bryant in the match. He was kind of a surprise for us at Birthiversary, and that's a big dude, man. Noby Bryant is going to be a lot of fun to watch in this. Looking over at the chat, Sarah saying he's rooting for Jeb, and I can see why. Jeb, man, he's all heart, he's all go, he's all fight, so I can see why he would do that. We've also got Stonewall Remsen, Cappuccino Jones, Fuego del Sol coming back. He was with us at Birthiversary for that triple threat with Ryan Justice and LC Mox, making his way back to join the Gauntlet Armageddon. Always a good time if Fuego del Sol is in the ring. Reggie Lincoln, Nathan Estrada, JC Bravo, Tio's going to be in the match. Of course, you've got your Defender of Truth and your BCW West Texas champion, Gabriel Alexander, going to be in the match. You've got the Love Machine, Tino Valentino. You've got the American Tragedy Phoenix, Texas Terror, Damo McCullough. That dude, he's all fight all the time too. And just in size, there's some guys in here that I could see him tossing over the top rope. You got Piacito Jr., you've got Manolo Dragonfly, Rob Boris, Logan Knight, and of course the Midnight Rider, Marquise Jackson. 30 guys. 30 guys in an over-the-top rope battle royal. You've heard me all this week call it the Royal Rumble from hell. You don't know what's going to come out. Chris Watson last night talking about he's seen chairs, he's seen tables, kendo sticks, pans, like cookie sheets. I mean, everything comes out. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And how do you tie all that up? What's the neat little bow you tie on the top of it? A meet and greet with the one and only Medusa. You heard me right. Alundra Blaze, Medusa, call her whatever you want, but call yourself there because it's going to be your chance to meet and greet an absolute legend. So that meet and greet starting at 4:30, doors open at 5:30. Our first match kicking off at 6 o'clock. It is going to be one hell of a night in Lubbock, Texas, Saturday night. And so I left a name out, did that on purpose. We have one more entrant in that Gauntlet Armageddon, and he is our guest tonight. I want to go ahead and bring him in, the one, the only, Sam Stackhouse. Sam, what's up, brother? Oh, you're going to have to unmute yourself.
There we go. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, happy to have you on the show. Welcome to Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
So for some of our listeners, some of our fans that may not have had the opportunity to see you wrestle before, give us kind of an idea. How'd you get into the wrestling business?
Man, it was my brother, really. He showed me wrestling when I was a kid. And I've been big since I was little, but I've always been like flippy. I don't know how to explain it. So my brother, like when we'd be wrestling around and stuff, like when my first favorite wrestler, Jeff Hardy, don't judge me. First favorite wrestler. So as soon as I saw him, I was swantoning off of everything. So then my brother had me hitting swantons on him because he thought it was cool that I could do it. And then that's about all she wrote. Once he showed me wrestling, it was over.
I like it. Of course, I couldn't make it to the show tonight because of work, but my oldest son, Little Guapo, that's his guy. Jeff Hardy's always been his guy. And when you have two sons and one of them likes Jeff Hardy, there's a whole lot of times you get to run in the room and catch one of them before they land on the other. Sure. I understand the whole swanton thing. Well, with that, you gotten into the business. So where did you start? Like where have you been in the wrestling world?
Well, I started training. I was at as a party, and when I was like 17 or 18, I was at a party, and I started talking to this dude because he had a wrestling shirt on, and then he was like, "Hey, there's like a local place here," and I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing, and he told me where it was and everything, so I started going to the show, and I went to the show for probably 4 or 5 months or something like that before I got the balls to, because they plugged the school at intermission and stuff throughout like every show I went to, but I'd be there with my nephews front row all the time. And then I finally went up there and talked to the promoter, and he told me to show up on Tuesday with money. So I showed up on Tuesday with money. And
there you go.
Then I was hit the ground running. Then I trained that was in March of 2009 because I'm an old man. And then I had my debut in October of 2009. So, and I've been all over the place since then.
And where was that at that you had that?
It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa
was where I trained. Yeah, so right now I live in a small town outside of Tulsa still, in Oklahoma. But yeah, I trained over there. It was they ran the school and the shows ran in a tiny room in the back of a church. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, and it's been my experience that some of those tiny rooms bring out some of the best shows.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It was, and they ran when I was training there, they were running every Saturday. So.
Awesome.
It was a good crowd in there every week.
So I noticed the GCW shirt on. So what promotions have you been to? Which promotions have you been a part of?
Well, I mean, I guess the biggest one is GCW, but I mean, I've wrestled in, I think, 13 or 14 states. I've wrestled wrestled a lot of different places. All over Oklahoma, Texas. Now Texas. A lot of people think I've just been a Texas guy this entire time, but I didn't wrestle in Texas until the GCW show I did a show in Texas in 2006 or 2015. And like, it was because this place in Oklahoma called Wrestling for a Cause did like a talent swap. So like it was with IHWE, and 2 of their guys came up here, and then me and my tag partner went down there and had a match, and then I didn't wrestle again in Texas until I guess it was 2020 or 2021, whenever GCW, the first GCW show down in, because GCW hit me up and he said that a bunch of people were sending my clips or whatever, and then they announced the Texas shows, so I just went down there to help out or whatever, and then ended up getting on the show, and that was only the second time I'd ever wrestled in Texas, and then I wrestled in Texas almost every weekend last year.
Nice.
But with some other stuff plugged in there. But yeah, it's been a crazy couple years.
Well, of course, we're glad that you made your way to Lubbock, Texas for Squared Circle Pro.
Yeah, and that was my whole West Texas debut. That was the first time I'd ever wrestled in West Texas.
It was their birth anniversary, and it was kind of a surprise to all of us. You know, we were told that there was the way it was put out there to us was a massive surprise. And Rick, normally I can talk to him, get a little bit of information out of him, but he was really tight-lipped on this one. So it was a very pleasant surprise for us to see you make your way out. Let's talk about that for a second. You know, you made your way out. The crowd absolutely nuts when you walked out. Make your way to the ring, talk a little bit, talk about being ready to fight. And, you know, you had all sorts of people come out. You know, Logan Knight, Rob Boris, a few of the others come out, and probably one of the best parts of the show for me was watching them jump on you and you just throw all of them off. Everybody goes flying in the ring. Thought that was awesome. And then out walks Nobi Bryant. Kind of a little impromptu match there.
Yeah, that was a surprise for everybody, including
it was. So do you have any history with Nobi, or was it just you're there, he's there?
The only history we have, we've always been on the same side. Like, we've never wrestled each other. We've always been on the other few times the shows we've been on. We've always been on the same side. So it was a new little dynamic. But you know, he hits hard. I'll give him that.
No, I can tell. Watching you two go at it.
I definitely prefer to be on the same side. I think that's what I learned.
Well, and one of the cool things, if you were at Birthiversary, you got to see this. If not, I hope you went to heckyeahradio.com and checked it out, because it's still an impromptu match. It was in the ring. It was out of the ring. There was like a cameraman that disappeared at some point. It was insane.
I apologize to him on the fly. That was my I ran over that poor cameraman like 3 times, I think.
You know, it's part of the job. You got to get the shot. So it was really awesome to see all that. And then to find out that you and Nobi are both going to be in the Gauntlet Armageddon. Now, I was explaining earlier, Gauntlet Armageddon is like a Royal Rumble from hell. 30 men over the top rope. Weapons are allowed. So you have no idea what you're going to see people bring out. So have you ever been in a match like this?
Well, I mean, I've been in a lot of matches with weapons, and I've been in a lot of Royal Rumbles, but I've never been in one that was put together. So this will be a new thing for me. But like I said, I've got a lot of experience with weapons, and I got a lot of experience with Rumbles. So hopefully I can put those together. Plus, I feel like unless there's somebody that they haven't announced yet, I'm fairly positive I'm the biggest one in this thing. So
you know,
I might just hook a rope. I might just find a corner and hook a rope, and I'll just chill there until let everybody else beat the crap out of each other. That'll be fine. Because worst case, I get knocked out, then I'll just lay there and wake up and the winner. That's just, you know, easy peasy.
You know, it's a valid strategy. I'm just saying.
I feel like, you know, I'm on this whole trying to drop some of this weight, so I might as well use it while I still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's something we've talked to some of our previous guests this week about. Ryan Justice, last night, Chris Watson. Like, we've asked them, how do you prepare for somebody like Sam Stackhouse? You know, I have all the faith in the world in Ryan Justice. He's a longtime friend of the show. Nothing but heart in that guy. But I don't know that I could see Ryan Justice throw you over the top rope.
I mean, I'm not sure I can see it either. You know, no offense to anybody. You know, not gonna bury anybody. But you know, I feel like I can't tell you how people prepare for me because I've never had to prepare for myself. So I don't know. I imagine they should probably lift some weights, get a little more jacked before they try to come picking me up. You know, I'm a little heavy.
Now, of course, you know, you're talking about being the biggest guy in the match. that puts a target on you. So I mean,
That's
you're
very true.
gonna end up with some of the tag teams that are involved in this, or some of the when we first started going through the match about Lucas Scratch having the Gallery of the Damned. That 4 people in his Gallery of the Damned. How do you, as Sam Stackhouse, prepare for something like that?
I mean, well, I'm coming into this prepared probably better than I ever have been. I feel like right now I'm at the top of my game, physical and mentally. I feel like I'm coming into this. I feel like I have all the advantage in the world. So I feel like this is my thing to lose more than anybody else's to win. I think that made sense. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, you got a couple of friends in this as well. In Noble Bryant, you two have tagged before. You've been on the same side. Of course, Fuego del Sol in this match as well. You guys good friends.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of a love you, bro, but
Oh, I literally told him last night when I found out that he was in the thing. I was like, like when I was kicking his butt at Madden at the time, so I was already talking mess. I was already feeling myself, so I might have cut a little promo on him that nobody else heard, but he knows what's going to happen if he better hope he's already in and out before I get out there. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and there is that possibility. There's a lot of big dudes in here and a lot of fast guys in here as well. So the biggest problem with a match like this, in my opinion, you tell me because you're the wrestler. I talk for a living. The biggest problem with this is if you're in the ring and you've got 8-10 other people in there, ring awareness goes to 0. So you can be doing what you're doing, and here comes a boot out of nowhere.
I agree. That probably is going to be the unpredictability of it, because you might be thinking you got this guy, and then somebody you always got to be watching your back, because the second you dump somebody over, there's going to be somebody else that might see that and come dump you right over. So you got to, in these type of matches, you got to have eyes in the back of your head, as they say.
And that's exactly what it is. You watch a match and I'm as big a fan as anybody of West Texas independent wrestling, but moving to your national level stuff like WWE, AEW, you watch something like the Royal Rumble, and how many times have you seen it? The person you're going for dumps somebody over, and there's somebody right behind them, sends them right on with them. So that's obviously a concern. Again, maybe not so much a concern because I'm still not sure how they.
See,
I just don't know.
I don't have to worry about it as much. But then you add the weapons, because I'm big boy, but a chair shot still feels the same to me as it does somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and that's the next layer of this. Talking about the ring awareness not being there, the weapons. I've heard about chairs. I've heard about tables, kendo sticks, ladders, cookie sheets. Even Axel has come to the ring with a weed eater before.
Oh, that's
fun. There's no way to tell what's going to be coming at you when somebody comes through that ring. Now, I'm going to say, of course, we do our homework here at the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast, and so I've been watching a lot of your film, and you don't seem to be scared of a table at all.
No. I'm not no stranger to going through tables, and no stranger to bleeding. So I've bled all over this place, and it's fine. By the time of this match, I'll probably be tired. I'll be bleeding, but and then even better when I threw my hat in this thing, I didn't even know it was for the championship. So that got better. So at the end of this thing, I'm probably gonna be tired. I'll probably be bloody, but I'll be the champ. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a good day.
I love it. I love the confidence there. And for those that may not know about that, at Birthiversary, there was a triple threat match between, at the time, the champion Ryan Justice going against Fuego del Sol and LC Mox. It went all over the place. So they were in the ring, they were out of the ring, they were on the bar, they were falling on us. It was a whole thing. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make it back to the ring in time, and they were counted out. And because of this, the belt has been put up for the winner of this match. Whoever wins this Gauntlet Armageddon is going to be the champion, which is going to make a lot of people on this list hungrier than they already were. So there's so many levels to this thing that it's going to be one hell of a match. There's no question about that.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I got mad respect for Ryan Justice too. Like I said earlier, he's a heck of a competitor, and I don't necessarily agree with the way that he lost the title, but at the same time, it's business. So I'm gonna have to come in there and take it. I've won gold everywhere else in Texas. It's about time I hit West Texas.
Well, and I could see that gold across that shoulder, man. That could definitely be a thing. Ryan Justice on the show Tuesday saying that you say you don't necessarily agree with the way he lost it. He says the same thing. He says he's not happy about the way he lost it, but you know what? If I couldn't get back to the ring, it is what it is. It's part of the business. So he's ready. He's hungry for it. Had the chance to talk to Jeb Bingham for a little bit, the wild card. He's ready for it. He's hungry. All of these guys are going to be giving a little bit extra just because of the fact that this is your chance. This is your chance to be champ. So looking over at the chat, we've got Rick in the chat saying 25 competitors have been named. There's 5 slots remaining, and he knows who they are. So we've got 5 people that are in this match. I've run through this list. There's 5 people in this match that haven't even been named yet. Does that add another level of difficulty for you? Because how do you prepare for somebody you don't know is there?
Well, I mean, it does add a little bit because, like, excuse me, I'm not sure how much preparation you can do anyways for 30 or for 29 other people. Anyways, I don't think there's enough time in the world to prepare individually for each of them. You just have to pick the ones that you think are the biggest threats to you, and hope that you can either avoid them, or if you get them, you hope you can outsmart them. So not knowing those other 5 people, it's not great. It's not great. I did not know that until just now. I'm finding this out as we're going. So that's great.
Yeah, same here. Rick's putting that information out for us. Now I will say that a podcast is the perfect platform to drop information. If Rick wanted to throw a little something out there, a little bone to everybody listening.
What's up, Rick? Let me know.
So,
insider information.
Stepping away from this match for just a minute. Rick says he's got to keep some things close to his vest. Well, I get that. I do. And we're going to be interested to see who these other 5 are. But as I say, stepping away from this match for a little bit, my oldest son always has a question he asks any of our guests that come on. And I want to go ahead and ask it to you. It's a 3-part question. The first part is, who is somebody you want to see yourself going against in the very near future? The second part is, who would you like to see yourself going against in the next 5 years? And the last one, who is your dream match? Anybody from any promotion, anywhere.
That's tough. Like I said, the near future. Let's see. Man, I'm trying to think of somebody. I just had a good match with Handgun Dan up in Kansas. I'd like to run that back. I'd like to run that back pretty soon. That was a pretty good match. In 5 years, let's see. Well, hopefully 5 years I'm on the big stage, one of them, wrestling against whoever. I'm not I've never really been picky. Like I've always this whole time. I feel like that's why I've been successful, because I'll wrestle anybody, anytime, any place, any style of match. I've wrestled the best luchadors. I've wrestled the best deathmatch guys. I've wrestled the best technical guys. I've wrestled the best of the best of the best, sir. But Men in Black, I love that movie. But let's see, 5 years from now, I mean, obviously, I'd like to be wrestling for some championship on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday or Saturday now. That'd be nice, or a Sunday, either way. But like my dream opponent, I guess, let's see, that's tough because there's a lot of big dudes I'd love to get in there with, but then there's also a lot of like luchadors and like little people that I feel like we could do some pretty crazy stuff. But right now, the dream match is a real one-on-one with Matt Cardona, because I got the little GCW title match where he pulled me out of the crowd and everything. But I'd like to run that back straight up, because I feel like I was his toughest defense. I'd like to point out, like his other defense was like 5 seconds. So I lasted longer than Frank the Clown.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I'd love to see you run it back with Matt Cardona. That'd be a hell of a match.
Yes, sir. And I ran in there at the Hammerstein, so we have some his. I feel like we got a story here. I feel like we got something here.
So I'm looking over in the chat, and William Quaid saying, "How about Paradox?"
Oh, that'd be dope too. Yeah, I'm down. Down for what? Like I said, I'll wrestle anybody, any place, anytime, any style.
We're gonna have to put it out in the world here and make some of these things happen, man.
Put it out there. Yeah. That's how I found that's a lot of how this wrestling works. If you put it out there, it has a funny way of happening. Just the right person needs to hear it.
I know me personally, after watching some of your matches, I have my person I'd like to see you go against. And of course, he's a WWE superstar on Raw. I would love to watch you and Braun Breaker.
Hey, that's a good call. Yeah, that's a good call. It'd be one of the biggest dudes I've ever wrestled. So that'd be pretty crazy.
I think it would be a kick-ass match, and
for sure. That dude's
I'd be there for it. I don't lie.
Man, that dude is athletic as hell.
He is. So
I heard earlier. I was tuning in. You were talking about TJ Slater. I don't know if him or Braun Breaker would spear harder. But do you say Strowman or Breaker?
Oh, Breaker.
That's what okay. See, because when I said it out loud, I was like, did he say? Yeah. I don't know which one would spear harder because I have never in my life been hit harder than when TJ Slater hit me one day. I've never been hit harder. There's a slow-mo video of it on the internet, and my face, you can see my soul leave my body for a second. My soul was left standing, and my body was on the ground. I played football, and I've never been hit that hard. He put me in the ground.
Well, and we've said it on this show, I don't know how many times. TJ Slater is what you think of when you think of professional wrestling. Like, he's got the build, he's got the moves, he talks the mess, but he backs every bit of it up.
I wouldn't want. I'm not gonna go barking up that tree anytime soon. I'll tell you that. And he wasn't even in the match, and he put me down.
Well, and I'm sure that he's wishing he was in this Gauntlet Armageddon. Of course, he and Nate Collins going up against the living proof Justin Taylor and a mystery partner.
Dang, he's not in it. Shoot, that stinks so bad. Darn. That's sarcasm.
Darn the luck.
Yeah, darn. Shoot. Dang.
So with this list that we've given out there, is there anybody in particular that you are like, man, I'm glad you're in this match because I've been wanting to square off with you for a minute?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back in there with Nobi because I feel like we started something. I'm gonna finish that. And anytime I get to beat up Fuego del Sol, that's a good day. It's a good day. I'm glad he's in this match. But Ryan Justice, we were talking about him earlier. I've not gotten the opportunity to be in the ring with him. So hopefully we can be out there at the same time.
Well, and it takes a lot to keep Ryan down. He's a fighter, man.
I'd feel since I've 100% planned on becoming the next champion, I would feel better about it if I at least earned it a little bit. I'm still a good guy, you know. I don't like things for free. So it'd be cool if I got to mix it up in there with him. I feel a little bit better about the victory if I put the champ down, you know.
Man, I'm about it. I'm about seeing that you and Ryan Justice face to face, last two in the ring. That I could go with that.
Yes, sir.
Of course, with the previous tussle between you and Nobi Bryan, I'm pretty sure that all cameras are going to be to the back and long shotting in. So,
well, you know, Nobi going to have to come see me. I guess it's up to him. I'll leave that move to him. I'll see how he's feeling that day. You know, if we're just gonna forgive it, let it go, and we can just try to win this match or whatever, then that's fine. But if he wants to get a little scrappy in there, we can do that too. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm there to see it. Of course, we're gonna be right there ringside watching. So if you're gonna throw people out, make sure it's like further that way because I ain't trying to have nobody. I ain't trying to have Nobi land on me.
First couple rows are safe. I'm be eating people out in the third or fourth row. So
we're good. Then. We're good.
Those people got to watch out. You know.
We've got a question coming from the chat wanting to know: are you gonna have any merch while you're there?
Oh, I have all the merch. Got all the merch. That's my thing. I got stickers, beanies, pictures, rolling trays, all kinds of stuff. I got a little bit of everything I got coloring pages for the kids, temporary tattoos. Got all kinds of stuff.
All going on.
Got all kinds of stuff. Y'all just come hang out.
Well, you already know. I'm gonna have to get a Sam Stackhouse shirt. You know, because look, I got a spot right there. Ain't got no shirt in it. It's gonna have to have Sam Stackhouse shirt right there.
Let's go.
So I'm looking forward to this. And one of the things I like about this match, just looking through all the people in that, is, we're from Oklahoma. Logan Knight's from Oklahoma. We've got Damo McCullough from Dallas. We've got people coming from all over to this match. So we've said it before. We're built different in West Texas. It is what it is. We're built different. So it's.
I did notice that y'all hit a little harder out here.
Yeah, it's harder. It's the Tex-Mex, man. It's how we do things. But it is cool to see people from all of these different places show up, and all the different styles that come into a match like this when you've got all of these people in here, because you do have lucha in here. You do have just straight powerhouse in here. You do have the technical aspects in here. So
I mean, it just speaks to what Rick's built out here. People want to be here. They're willing to come from wherever they got to come from to be out here and get a shot. No,
absolutely, and all the props in the world to Rick for putting a show like this together. I want to say what's up in the chat. Camino's showing up. Camino, what's up, brother? Glad you can make it out tonight. Hang out with me, Sam Stackhouse, everybody in the chat. This is going to be insane. And the thing I brought out the most yesterday in the show was, we've run through this whole card and everything that's going to go on here. $10 at the door.
That's wild.
That's what it takes to get in and see the carnage that's going to happen in the middle of the ring during this Gauntlet Armageddon. $10 at the door, Jake's Back Room, Lubbock, Texas, Saturday night.
It's a nice place too. It's a real nice place.
It is. It's a nice place, and the bar's right over there. So that's not that I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying something. The bar's right there.
I'll make Fuego drive me home. Y'all can buy the new champs and drinks after the show.
See, there you go.
Or worst case scenario, I don't win, and you can buy me some sad drinks. Either way, I'll meet you at the bar.
Either way, that works for me. Well, one of the things that we've got going on at this show, and I mentioned it right there at the end of talking about everybody in the match, Alundra Blaze in the house Saturday night. I don't know about you, but for me, my inner 14-year-old's doing backflips over the fact that I get to meet and greet Medusa.
Yeah, that's
going
pretty
to
cool.
be insane.
That's pretty cool. Definitely gonna have to get a picture.
Yeah, see, that's got to happen.
That's got to. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I kind of forgot about that. Now I'm even more excited about Saturday. That's gonna be dope.
I'm telling you, this has got a little bit of everything. Camino kind of putting it out there for you. Camino says, "Hey, everybody, drinks on Sam."
Drinks for Sam. Drinks for Sam.
Well, and the cool thing about this entire show, not just talking about the Gauntlet Armageddon, but this entire show, is there's something in this show for everybody. If you like your technical matches, we have those. If you like your high-flying matches, we have those. You like, an all-out brawl with 30 people flying over top ropes, we have that. You want to sit down and say what's up to just an all-around legend like Medusa, we've got that too. So, there's something for literally everybody in this show. And, of course, there's Sam Stackhouse.
Hey, Sam Stackhouse is for everyone, see? So.
In the chat, we got Sarah saying he needs them drinks so he can take them hits from all the gauntlets, from the gauntlet hits coming.
I'm going to need them after to feel better. My goodness. I don't want to seem like I'm taking this lightly either. I'm confident, but I know I'm fully aware of what my body's going to go through on Saturday, or what it could go through on Saturday. I'm very aware, and it's not going to be great. It's not going to be great, but I got a whole closet full of belts that I didn't win by taking the easy road. I fought for all those things, so I'll fight for another one.
I'm just saying, duck the weed eater.
That weed eater comes to me. That might be a problem. Nobody might need to throw me over the top rope. I might just accidentally jump over the thing myself, because that's wild. That's wild.
Now I will say, for those who didn't get a chance to see it, he did even Axel bring out the weed eater, but ended up getting it used on him.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's going to be too big on bringing that back out.
I hope not. That's crazy. I bet that. I bet he didn't feel too good after that. That doesn't seem like anything that feels. No, no, sir. That's wild. I've only seen like 5 people get hit with the weed whacker for a reason. I feel like everybody else runs away. That's wild.
I don't ever plan on being one of those people.
Me either. No, sir.
Well, looking over in the chat, we've got Camino saying you are an absolute beast. Which I mean, that's pretty much the impression from all of us here. Is
Appreciate that.
you know the monster among monsters? Isn't that what they say?
No, I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I don't want to seem like I take this stuff too lightly or anything like that, because I'm incredibly thankful of the life I've gotten to live the past couple of years, because this is what I do. I wrestle and I make merch. That's all I have to do now. I homeschool my daughter. I was a truck driver the first 4.5 years of her life, so I only saw her on the weekends, and I was still wrestling on the weekends. So I was not getting to see her very often, and now I get to spend time with her every single day. I get to see my wife more. I get to be home, and like I said, I get to live a dream, and it's all just because of the fans and stuff like that. It's been a wild past couple of years, so I appreciate all of it.
That's awesome. And I've got to ask, just because I'm a podcast host, I've never had this experience, but what kind of interactions are there from I can only imagine. I'm not even sure how old your daughter is, but I can only imagine the clout from saying, yeah, see that guy? That's my dad. Is there a lot of that goes on?
Well, it used to, because she come to every show. She was only, I think she was like 7 or 8 days old the first time she went to a wrestling show.
Oh wow!
And my buddy, he was the best man at wedding, carried her out during his entrance when she was like 7 or 8 days old. So
awesome.
she's been around wrestling since her life began. And me and my wife met wrestling. I did a show in the town I live in now, and the promoter made her my manager, and now we have an almost 9-year-old daughter who's been married for 8 years. So
now she's your permanent manager.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. We had one of the other wrestlers who was ordained actually did our marriage thing, and he made up this whole thing about we were tag team partners for life and stuff. It was pretty sweet. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, I cannot wait to see how this match goes down. Can't wait to see you get in the ring and just do what it is that you do.
Sir.
Of course, can't wait to check out that merch table as well, because like I said, we got shirt over here. But we are coming up on the last few minutes of the podcast for tonight, and what I like to do when we have a guest on is offer up the floor to you to talk to our listeners, talk to the people watching at home, talk to your opponents. The floor is absolutely yours.
All right, well, first off, my opponents, I apologize for Saturday, but you're all wasting time coming, because it's going to be new champ. It's going to be me. It's going to be dope. It's going to be cool. You're all welcome to the after party. It's going to be, there's going to be fans buying us drinks. We'll buy me drinks, and y'all can get your own. That's fine. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. And then as far as the fans, like I said, I'm incredibly grateful for the life that you guys have let me get to live now. It's ridiculous. Like the main thing I stress out about now is if I get after I get done with this, I have like 700 stickers I have to cut tonight. That's the biggest stress in my life right now. So I get to be over here. I was telling my buddy the other day, most guys my age, they're showing off their like gaming setups, or they're showing off their garage, and I'm just over here trying to get my craft room right. I got crickets and printers everywhere. It's ridiculous. But as far as the fans, you can find me on all the socials. It's like the Stackhouse, or the Sam Stackhouse on Twitter or X, whatever it is now, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can find me on there. You can keep up with that. I've been posting on Instagram about the weight loss journey thing we're doing right now. It's been going pretty good. It's been brutal. My body is I've definitely been pushing it lately, because my shoulder actually dislocated within like a minute of my match last week, and I think it was because like I said, I've been pushing my body. I probably shouldn't have said that on the internet, because now I just put a target on me. I didn't think that through, but yeah, it's been so that's all on there on Instagram. You can find me on all that. Any wrestlers watching, if you need merch, hit me up. I can get you. We got Black Friday sale going on right now. Those are all on my socials. There's like custom merch of a sale, and there's also I call it stack merch, but all of my merch is also on sale. I can ship that out to you. So yeah, just hit me up on there. I'm pretty accessible. If you have anybody ever wants to talk, have questions or anything like that, pretty accessible still. So yeah, just hit me up. I appreciate all the support and everything. I appreciate you guys having me on here. I tuned into most of the show last night, and so I already kind of knew how things worked. So it was pretty cool. I had a good time.
Well, and of course, we appreciate you coming on the show. Anytime we can get somebody like Sam Stackhouse on the show, we absolutely want to do it. As far as final thought for myself, West Texas independent wrestling is, I've said it every day this week, it's like a drug. It's once you've been there, once you go to a match like Gauntlet Armageddon, you're missing something until you get to experience that again. So I invite everybody, $10 at the door. If you're in Lubbock, Texas, if you're anywhere around Lubbock, Texas, Saturday night, come to Jake's Back Room, pay the $10. You'll get to see Sam Stackhouse. You'll get to see the Gauntlet Armageddon. You're going to get to see all the matches that are on the card. You can get to see the new champ, maybe check out the after party. You know, I'm just saying. I again want to say thank you to you, Sam, for coming on the show. You know, welcome to being not your average Mark.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat, Camino, Rick, Mikey, Josh, everybody that's made it in, everybody that's watching. You guys make this what it is. You make it as fun as it is, and we can't thank you enough for that. Of course, you know, got to do the usual thing. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. If you are on a computer and you have Amazon Prime, and who doesn't have Amazon Prime, you can, down at the bottom of the subscribe screen, you can click on Use Prime Sub, and you can do it once a month for free. So it doesn't even cost you anything. So make sure you do that. Big thank you again to Ross and the boys from Labor 12 for our intro music, our outro music. It's called Head Rush. It's off the album Monsters. Go check that out. And we will be back tomorrow night with the man himself, the one and only Rick Elsey, to run down the entire card. Maybe we'll get one of those 5 people that hasn't been named yet. Here's hoping. Until then, I'm Guapo. He's Sam Stackhouse. And we are not your average Mark. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah.